So, Mike, the big Morphettville Carnival coming up.
Big day of racing ahead.
Big day of racing. It's you got the Sangster and Australasian Oaks, so it's a pretty exciting day.
Yeah.
We thought we'd focus on someone who's going red hot at Morphettville at the moment.
He's a gun.
He's a gun. You're going to know him well from racing.com.
Yeah.
James Jordan.
James Jordan.
Yep, James Jordan. He's 3 profit weeks in a row at Morphettville.
Yeah.
Landed his best bet at $7.20 last week. So we're calling up to have a chat.
Look, and that's fantastic. And his stats are amazing. But you know what I want to know? What? I want to know how the Morphettville track will play on Saturday.
Absolutely. So we're going to ask him.
Let's do it.
Great.
How you going there, James?
I'm well, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, look, great. Thanks for making yourself available. Obviously, the big Morphettville Carnival kicking off this weekend, so it's a great time to get you on, and certainly with your recent performance, noting on the site there, we've got 3 profit days in a row at Morphettville, and just noticing that just on the weekend, one of your best bets got up as well, and so obviously best bets doing well. Are you able to give punters an idea of what your best bets mean when you sort of tag something as a best bet? What that's telling punters?
It's normally I obviously price them all, so I'm sort of looking for ideally a price discrepancy where I've got to mark shorter. But you sort of, as much as you price them up, you also want to be on a horse that you're keen to back for whatever reason you think it's going well, or if it's got some improvement there. So the best is normally something that I've got, if not shorter, marked very close to the mark, and a horse I reckon is going quite well. So, I mean, you've only got 9 races to choose from. I sometimes don't bet in distance races, but you know, it's the best of the remaining probably 7 races I'm keen to bet in.
So, I mean, is it fair to assume then if it's your best bet, you're on it? Then,
Yep. Definitely. I anything I even give, you know, a reasonably good push for, I've backed myself. I sort of think if I'm not prepared to back it, I don't really want to tip it either.
In regards to, obviously, you know, your job and what you're doing there, and you're staking up, and obviously you're doing the prices yourself, which is quite a fantastic sort of job for a journo tipster to be doing that as well. Are you having other bets around the grounds on your other value tips, and do they sort of pop up in your tips as well as like second and third selections?
Definitely. I back horses outside my top 4. I'm not a massive fan of the top 4, to be honest. Often it's hard because you might put your tips in the morning at 8 o'clock, and you might have a horse marked, say, $2.20, and it might be $1.70, and you might put the second pick on top, and then come jump time it's $3, and you're having a really good bet on it, and people think you don't like it because you've tipped something else. So it's just hard to predict, you know, the way that the market's necessarily going to move some of the time. Obviously, you've got to be, you know, pretty accurate and hope that you can predict the movements in some degree. But sometimes there'll be a drift, and you sort of have a horse in for second or third that you actually would have had on top if it was that price in the morning. If you sort of catch my drift. But I'll sometimes back a horse. I might have 6th or 7th pick that I've got marked, say $26, but it's 50s. I'll back it, and that's why I sort of think watching the coverage is important, because you'll get a little push here or there for horses that perhaps weren't in the numbers that I think are over the odds now.
Yeah, exactly. And look, we'll all be tuning into racing.com on Saturday for the Morphettville card. For us, advice for us up north here, if we're looking to have a bet at Morphettville on Saturday, what should we be looking for in regards to potential, you know, track bias, or the way that you read the day playing out?
Well, the track's back in the rail, rather, back in the true. First time since the 8th of March on Cup Day, and it's been out in sort of a 10-metre position the last couple of meetings. So I reckon that the inside maybe 7 metres, which is probably 3 or 4 lanes, will be cleaner ground. So I wouldn't sort of steer too far away from backing horses drawn inside. I think it won't be a problem. Horses with, you know, good gates that perhaps can lob back at the speed or thereabouts, I think they'll probably get their chance.
So that's a great insight for punters there, James. We appreciate that, and certainly a great insight into your view on staking vis-a-vis tips. I think that's one thing we press a lot at thegreattipoffs.com, a staking plan versus tips, and I think you've given a good example of the difference there. So, look, James, all the best, mate, for the big day on Saturday, and again, thank you very much for your time today, mate, and all the best.